announcement when Fat Frank first made it. Jushin Liger coming to Jersey All-Pro, and there he is.
The crowd, wow. This place is deafening. I got goosebumps. Homicide and Jushin Thunder Liger, the main event here at Notorious Thunder for Jersey All-Pro Wrestling. Homicide stated many times since it was announced that he was the opponent for Liger, that this was going to be the matchup of his career. Jushin Thunder Liger has been wrestling since 1984, defeated cancer in 1996, before Homicide even became a part of Jersey All-Pro Wrestling. What a matchup we're seeing here tonight.
Homicide has defeated a lot of men, but he's never defeated anyone as tough as cancer, and that's something, as you said, Jushin Liger has done. I've never heard a louder reaction for a wrestler than we just heard for Jushin Thunder Liger in this building.
And Liger starting off this matchup right away with a bow and arrow on Homicide. The crowd here chanting, and Liger's looking to end it quick here with this bow and arrow, turn into a headlock. Referee Sean Hansen, the official assigned to this contest. Jushin Thunder Liger hasn't been on the East Coast in the United States since the year 2004. And what a treat. We got to thank Jeff Shapiro, Pierre Pilger, and Fat Frank for bringing Jushin Thunder Liger to Jersey All-Pro Wrestling.
You bet we do, Clemson. And I got the honor of interviewing the man before his match tonight, and I would like to say that he sounded confident, but I have no idea what he said.
That's a good point. Liger trying to get out of this test of strength on his shoulders. And a nice leg scissors, and the 7-time Jersey All-Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion goes out to the floor. Homicide, the last time in this building at the 12th anniversary show, was victorious over Masato Tanaka. Tanaka started off as a hardcore wrestler, now is one of the well-rounded wrestlers in Japan. What's Homicide's strategy here tonight, going against a legend, maybe the legend in Japan, Jushin Thunder Liger?
Well, Homicide has been the guy that, as the Jersey All-Pro Wrestling officials book Japanese talent that don't typically wrestle in America, Homicide is the guy to step up to the plate and say, I want to be the guy to show him what it's like to be in a Jersey All-Pro ring. And he stepped up. He stepped up and said, let me be the guy that takes on Jushin Liger. I know I can beat him. We'll see if he's right.
Homicide, a 7-time Jersey All-Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Jushin Thunder Liger on his resume. Between May 1989 and December 1999, won the New Japan Junior Heavyweight Championship 11 times. He's won multiple titles, and tonight he's got to face the Notorious 187 in front of this raucous crowd here. Homicide got his fans here tonight too.
Well, Clemson, you talk about the career of Jushin Thunder Liger. I mean, you know that move, the shooting star press? You like that one? He invented it, Clemson. That's the move that he invented. This is a guy who at 19 years old was a professional wrestler. What were you doing at 19?
Just entering college.
You were sitting in a zoo and watching people look at you for having such a long neck, you giraffe. That's what you were doing at 19.
Homicide comes off the ropes. Oh, Liger sidestepped him and sent the Notorious 187 out to the floor. Here comes Liger, baseball slide on Homicide. And once again, Liger measuring him up. Whoa. Nice show of agility right there by Jushin Thunder Liger. And again, comes charging. And a rolling thunder maneuver on Homicide.
Jushin Thunder Liger, I mean, he's ageless. He's been around, like you said, since the mid-'80s and hasn't missed a step. He went through cancer. He hasn't missed a step. And yes, folks, the hair is real.
Yes, it is. And Homicide out to the floor, recollecting his thoughts. I think he's surprised about how fast Jushin Thunder Liger has been in the opening parts of this contest.
You can't take anything away from someone like Jushin Thunder Liger. He's a legend for a reason, a legend in Japan, where you can't become a legend without the skill to back it up.
Liger first trained in Japan, felt he wasn't learning anything, then went to Mexico, came back to Japan. That's where he started getting his name for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Went to Calgary for a few months, trained under Stu Hart, had a tremendous, oh, look out! Oh! Came to WCW, won the Light Heavyweight Championship, and since then has built a legendary career for himself. Oh, look out! Liger's in the crowd.
Well, as you said, training from WCW, New Japan, Mexico, Calgary. It's what makes him one of the most well-rounded athletes in wrestling. As Homicide now celebrates in front of the crowd and flips them off.
Flips off the camera. Homicide himself, a well-rounded athlete, trained by the legendary Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. When Homicide first came on the scene, was a typical hardcore garbage wrestler. When the styles in the Northeast changed, Homicide's changed with it. Since then, he's wrestled all over the world for Big Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA. He's the godfather of Jersey All Pro Wrestling. Homicide himself has made a great niche career. Tonight could just be another step towards immortality for Homicide if he can defeat Jushin Thunder Liger here tonight.
Well, Homicide's getting very frustrated outside the ring, which is not a good thing. However, as you said, very adaptive. That's what makes him a good choice. Jushin Thunder Liger looks like he's refusing to wrestle with chairs. He doesn't want a chair involved, and I guess that's his prerogative. Homicide can do this, though. As you said, he's adaptive. He can get this done.
Homicide off the ropes, and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Jushin Thunder Liger, just working over the 7-time heavyweight champion. And once again, going for this bow and arrow type maneuver in the center of the ring, trying to get Homicide to tap out.
And as you said, Homicide now in a world of hurt. When you interviewed Homicide,
I didn't have a chance to interview him. He threw me out. Eddie Kingston came out of the locker room. Again, what was Kingston doing there?
I don't know what Homicide and Eddie Kingston were doing in the men's bathroom together, but I would like you to get to the bottom of that.
No thanks. And Liger now with this Dragon Sleeper type move on Homicide. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't be surprised to see a tap out, but no way will Homicide tap out with such an important matchup in his career.
Well, I hope he can get in the right mind frame for this match. You saw him out there getting frustrated that Jushin Liger wouldn't wrestle with chairs, and since then it's been all Liger.
Liger now concentrating on the lower back of the Notorious 187. And now an abdominal stretch here with both men on his knees. Nice move by Liger. Grabbing the other hand of Homicide. Homicide can't get to the ropes. He's going to use his mouth. An innovative move by Liger and an innovative way to try to break up the move by Homicide.
Well, he did. Homicide did reach the ropes. The referee was right to break that hold. You know, a Liger is a combination of a lion and a tiger. It's pretty much my favorite animal.
And Jushin Thunder Liger needs to watch the temper of Homicide, because at any point in this matchup, Homicide could snap. I mean, the man's crazy. So Liger, while smart with that abdominal stretch, when Homicide was telling him to break the hold, Liger was smart and did it right away.
Well, his name is Homicide, and the police code for murder, 187, is written on his pants. He's not all talk, Clemson.
I didn't say that he was.
You implied it.
I've known Homicide now for almost 10 years, and trust me, I know what he's capable of.
Ew.
Homicide now with this move on Liger. Fans yelling, take his mask off, and I wouldn't be surprised if Homicide tried to do that.
Can you imagine if after all these years, Homicide was the man to unmask Liger right here in Rahway, New Jersey?
Homicide with this side headlock. Liger able to get out of it. Tried to go for an armbar here, a Fujiwara armbar, but Homicide was able to get to the ropes.
The one thing I can't figure out is how does Liger see out of that thing? I saw him face to face, and I don't know what his eyes look like.
That's a very good point. Obviously, he knows how to wrestle very well in that outfit. He's been wrestling with that mask on since 1989. Homicide with a hook of the leg here. And one thing Homicide can't rely on is the facial expressions of Jushin Thunder Liger because it's hid by the mask, so Homicide won't know if Liger's hurt, if Liger's stalling or what. Homicide is just doing whatever he can here in this matchup.
Well, that's the benefit. That's the benefit of wearing a mask out there. Of course, the way it detracts is very hard to breathe, very hard to see. Your senses are diminished.
And Jushin Thunder Liger has been in that outfit all day long, signing autographs for the hundreds of fans who walked into the Rahway Recreation Center. So one gotta wonder, how hot is it under a mask such as that?
Well, Liger has a lot of experience wrestling in that outfit. Like you said, he's been Jushin Thunder Liger for the last 20 years. He's wrestled in all conditions. He knows how to adapt to climates, and he doesn't mind being a little warm in that outfit as he wrenches on that arm of Homicide, and Homicide tries to get a foot on the ropes to break the hold.
Referee Hansen down there asking the Notorious 187 if he wants to give up. And to my knowledge, I think Homicide has only ever given up one time in a matchup here in Jersey All Pro Wrestling. So Homicide will not tap out. He will rather die than tap out.
That's so strange because when faced with a challenge, you've only not given up one time. So it's kind of, similar.
Yeah, that's why I'm the announcer. Homicide takes down Liger. Has him in an STF right here. Homicide trying to get the legend to tap out here. Referee Hansen again, now down asking Jushin Thunder Liger if he wants to submit. The question is, does Liger understand what the referee is saying?
And I have to believe that even if he does, Liger did not come all the way from Japan, from Tokyo, to tap out here tonight.
Well, there's only so much a person can handle in pain. What's Liger's threshold of pain, we don't know, as he was able to get to the ropes, and referee Hansen made Homicide break.
The fans are chanting for Liger again. Very happy to be able to experience a really rare thing, a Jushin Thunder Liger match right here in New Jersey. Of course, it happens to be against the man, Homicide.
Homicide comes off the ropes. Looks that clothesline, turns into a cutter. Nice move by Homicide. This could do it. Look at the leg. But Liger kicks out.
Liger saying no way. In any language, that 1, 2, 3 means the match is over.
Homicide out of nowhere was able to hit the cutter, but Jushin Thunder Liger, with 13 years more wrestling experience than Homicide, was able to kick out, and this street match continues, but it could end in a split second as Homicide's trying to go over the cop killer, but Liger landed on his feet.
Liger now picks him up, drops him down, sit down powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, no!
Homicide kicked out of the Liger bomb. Homicide kicked out of the Liger bomb, and Jushin Thunder Liger says that's it.
Homicide kicked out of that, but he's still on the ground, not moving. Jushin Liger bringing him to his feet. And what's he gonna do with him from here?
What does the legend have in mind? Picks up Homicide in a snap suplex, almost a brainbuster. Liger goes for the cover, did not hook the leg, and Homicide was able to slip the shoulder up.
And Clemson, if we look in the entranceway, the locker room is clearing out as the Jersey All Pro Wrestling superstars have come out to see this match. Off the top rope, and Homicide blocks it.
Well, the locker room knows the importance of this matchup, knows how special it is with the rare appearances by Jushin Thunder Liger. And now the fans here chanting for Homicide as he goes up to the ropes. Liger is not moving. Homicide comes off, went for a splash, but Liger got the knees up.
And you have to wonder, I would think that the Jersey All Pro Wrestling locker room has got to be on the side of Homicide. They want to see their hometown boy win it. And you wonder if that's affecting the psyche of Jushin Thunder Liger as Homicide brings it down. Cutter off the top.
A cutter from the top. Homicide with the quick cover, and he pins him. He pins him. He pins him.